This year we have a special speaker, more than the other years, and it now gives me great pleasure to introduce to all of you Mr. Matt Susdorf.
In Arthur Miller's Tragedy in the Common Man, he explores the idea of celebrating the average man who accomplishes the unthinkable. He says, "It is time, I think, that we who are without kings took up this bright thread of our history and followed it to the only place it can possibly lead in our time, the heart and spirit of the average man." As I stand here today, I look out of all you and realize I'm not surrounded by kings, but I am surrounded by average people who have done the unimaginable. The appearance of average is disguised by the acts of heroism. The year 2004 was one I had waited for, like many of my friends, for a long time. I was going to be graduating 8th grade, starting high school, and becoming king of the house, since my brother would be graduating from high school and moving on to college. During this year, I was feeling more independent, riding my dirt bikes on weekends, playing water polo, and practicing flips on my trampoline. Life, however, is what happens when you make other plans. Suddenly, I was diagnosed with the fast-growing, rare form of malignant cancer in April. As a result of my devastating news, our lives changed forever. It was early March when I got what I thought was an infection in my eye. How could it be anything but that? As the infection grew and my eye started to swell, it had to be something more. Within 4 weeks, an MRI revealed a mass behind my left eye that was identified as a rare malignant cancer with a name that I couldn't even pronounce, Rhabdomyosarcoma. We had to move fast. Numerous tests were needed before they could do a plan of treatment. Within 2 days of its discovery, I was whisked off to UCLA, and terms like biopsy, orbit, tumor, bone marrow, spinal tap, CAT scan, catheters, intravenous, and chemotherapy were thrown at me. I thought I was having a nightmare, and I kept trying to wake up. It wasn't a nightmare, it was real. I, Matt Susdorf, was coming to the realization that I had cancer. One saying that has always stuck with me through my life is the following: is anyone happier today because I passed their way? Did I earn another tomorrow by what I did that day? Over the past 2 months, I have found strength from within that I never knew I had. I honestly don't know how I would have made it through to this point without my friends and the support of my family. For anything I've given to them in the past, it has come back threefold to me at my time of need. I have learned that without friends you have nothing. Without your family you have nothing. All the money in the world will not buy you the love and support that is received through friends and family. As I lay in the hospital and received cards, many visitors, banners, and phone calls after phone calls, I realized I was very blessed by the surroundings of love that I had through the morals and values that my parents had taught me. I am so lucky to be living in a community of love like this one. To have a family, to have teachers, and to have friends that love me to this magnitude is amazing. My grandfather used to tell me to enjoy my now. I never quite understood that fully until recently. He used to say, "You may not get another now, so don't blow this one." I sure know what that means now. Every day we think we are invincible. Nothing will ever happen to us. For instance, the person sitting to the desk next to you may not be so invincible. Perhaps they wear unusual clothes or hang out with a group who's considered unpopular. While we're making fun of them and laughing at them, we don't realize that we could be the person who donates blood to save their life. We have to open our eyes to the gift that is today and treasure life, as we may not get another day. I have learned that life is going to be full of adversities. I just got hit with a big one a little sooner than expected. I figured out that when we are faced with great challenges, it should be looked at as a great positive, because it is only going to make you a greater and a stronger person. I've become a wiser person because of my illness. I've learned so much about life, and I've realized that I've realized that there are many things I took for granted. I now recognize how fortunate I am to have all of these experiences, and I will now be so much more accepting to change, to learning, and to loving. Laughter is the greatest healer. People in the hospital were drawn to me because I was making them laugh. Through pain there is laughter, because sometimes life can be so unbelievable. If you look for the sunny side of life, people are drawn to you. Everyone wants to be a part of fun. If you make life entertaining, people will seek you out. Simply put, you must always find the good in the bad. The greatest thing I take away from this experience is to look for the silver lining in all things. All of you, through my illness, have found in your hearts to give to me. Many of you don't even know me, but you gave from your heart. My silver lining has been my friends, my community, my teachers, and my family. Over and over again, I have been asked to fill out forms at the hospital. Most of them are about my well-being and how depressed I am on a scale of 1 to 10 about getting cancer. You know, I'm not depressed at all, and it's because of you. Thank you for being there for me and for my family. I will get well, and my only wish is that we all learn as much about life and love from my experience as I have. Arthur Miller reminds us to celebrate the average man. When you look in the mirror, you probably don't see a hero. While you may not be wearing a cape or a mask, you are indeed wearing a heart of gold. Each one of you may not realize the power of your actions. You have completely and totally touched my life, and I will never forget this bright thread of my history. I will always celebrate your hearts and your spirits, but most importantly, I will always celebrate you. Thank you.